Hello everybody, welcome to my LinkedIn enhancement profile assignment. So to get started off, one of the first changes that I did make to my account was my profile picture, because as you can see in the before section, that picture was actually 5 years old from when I was still in high school, around grade 12. So it's definitely not a representation of how I look now, and it was definitely screaming for a change as it's a very outdated picture. The second change that I did make also was my background picture, and it was basically for the same reason, because I used that picture when I first came to Nate around 2 years ago. So I just felt like I needed to change it up and update it, but I still kept it to Nate as it represents of my situation right now, and I'm enrolled in Nate. And the third change also is my connections. As you can see here, I increased my connections by 15 people, and this is very important, especially on LinkedIn if you want to connect with other professionals. And it's important to connect with people in your field area and people that you know, just so you could enhance your network. Moving on, we got the about section. So in the before picture here on my about section, it was just one long paragraph, and it looked all, crumbled in and very disorganized. And also it was written in third person because I seen someone else's profile written in third person, so I thought it would be a good idea to do it, but I wasn't a big fan of it. So as you can see in my new version, it's basically three paragraphs. The first paragraph basically just goes over and highlights my education and what I've achieved at my time at Nate. Second is basically my work experience and the environments that I've been part of. And the third one is basically just my personal traits, and basically my hungerness to connect and work with others as well. And yeah, I think that this about section is definitely way better as it highlights what I've worked on, what I've been a part of, and it also basically gives off that sense of hunger and wanting to work with more people and just connect with others. So for my fifth change, I think this is definitely one of my more notable ones. As you can see here in the before section, it was basically all my work experience, but I didn't really have a concise bio or anything highlighting what I did at these jobs, except for the one here as sports statistician with Genius Sports. But as you can see, I updated that, and I made a section for each one and basically put a couple paragraphs, a couple bullet points of what I did and highlighting my responsibilities at these jobs. And I definitely think that this gives off a more professional and proper look that professionals would definitely be more attracted to, rather than the before picture where I just showed my job title with no real bio of what I did at these jobs. So for the sixth change that I did actually make for my profile here, as you can see, was the education section. So you can see in the before picture, it was kind of like the last one where there's no real bio or explanation of what I did at my education. But now with the new after one, I did the same thing, made bullet points of, what I've done in each class and each skill and trait that I did end up gathering from these classes. And is basically for the same reason as last time. It gives off a more professional look that if someone's looking at my profile, it might differentiate myself from the other person as I'm giving a good bio of what I achieved at the school. So for the next change that you can see on my profile here was under the licenses and certification. So at first I only had one of my LinkedIn learning modules on my profile, because at first I didn't really think much of it. But then after, as I thought, I'm like, if I'm applying for a job, marketing job, and they see that I have all 11 of my LinkedIn learnings on my profile, it definitely gives off that, I'm hungry to keep learning and I'm hungry to keep striving in the marketing field. And it is definitely something that can make my profile stand out. So for my eighth change here, you can see is in the skills section. Before I didn't really have anything on there, as it was just from the certification that I reached from this other class. But after, I decided to put on all the skills that I did learn from my LinkedIn learnings, and I put it all there on the skills section. Next, the ninth change is also languages. This is more of a preference choice. I decided to put in both the languages that I speak and that I'm native and bilingual to. And the last one is honors and awards. I did get the Dean's Honor Roll last semester, so that's also a personal choice. It's just an award that I'm proud of, and I saw that I could add it onto my profile. So, it's definitely something that I just added in, just more of a personal choice. So for my concluding thoughts, I definitely think that this assignment was very needed and very beneficial for me because, first of all, I had a very outdated profile because, I went around 2 years without really touching up on it. And, my profile picture was a picture of me from 5 years ago. So, definitely a very needed change on my LinkedIn profile. Second, I would say that, my profile now looks more professional and presentable because, I added bullet points on all my work experience. My about section is, more detailed about me and my experience as well. And, other little sections that I enhanced definitely, made my profile stand out more than my previous one from my before pictures. And yeah, due to all the changes that I made, I think it sets me up for better job opportunities when I apply because of how enhanced my profile looks compared to before. So, I think that this assignment was very beneficial and needed for me as, as I keep working up my way into the marketing field. Hope you enjoyed the video and thanks for watching.